Okay, today I'm going to show you how to change your light on your Mercedes Benz C230 rear view mirror. This is the light I'm talking about. Now, I decided to post this on YouTube because I really couldn't see anyone that had any really good. I saw a couple that were okay, but they weren't too detailed. I'm going to try to make this as detailed as possible because it can be a little tricky. But once you do one side, you can do the other side in no time flat. First thing you want to do is you want to tilt the mirror down as far as possible as you can. You're going to see this little ring here travels to the other side down in here, which I can't really show you on video. But this is quite simple. That little ring, it's actually a part of a little metal thing. You want to push that back. Or I'm sorry, wait. Okay, it's a little ring that's hooked on a little round cylinder. You want to leave that one there, and you want to start off on this side, which I cannot pick it up on the mirror, but it's basically held down. It's held down by like a little plastic clip. Now, what you want to do is, again, bring that mirror down and all the way to the inside. Now there, you can see how it comes down. Here's that metal. It comes down. Well, there's a tab. There's a little plastic tab. You want to be careful because you don't want to crack the tab. All you want to do is push down on the stick and let it come up and over the tab, like so. All I did was I pushed down and bent a little bit out so that it would come underneath that tab. Okay. Now, once you get this, there's another tab like in the middle of the mirror that you want to go over it. So you got to push in and out. Okay. You push in some and lift it up. It'll clear the tab. And now you can easily go ahead and dislodge this one. It sits on a little thing. You push it in, take it out. And now the next step is just popping off this mirror. Now the mirror is held by also plastic tabs, so you want to take your time doing this. You want to just pull it out, and you may have to on the other side. I didn't have to. Mirror, the light. Yes. Okay. On the other side, I did not have to do this, and you really don't want to, but there's a little plastic tab that you can push in here. I'm sorry, pull out a little bit. You don't want to go too hard because it's just plastic and it could pop. You gotta be gentle. You'll see what I can't really focus in there. It's too dark. But it's just a little tab on a little lip that if you clear it, it's two of them. There's one on the inside and one on the outside. I'm working on the one on the outside because it's easier to access. You just want to. Okay, you see all I did there now? I popped it out. It'll pop out. You want to use as little force as possible, and then the other side will pop out. Boom. And that's it. Now this comes off. This comes off now. Let me see. As soon as I get this out of here, I'll show you better in the light. Okay. Here we go. Okay. Yes. This tab here, this is the plastic tab on the outside. This is the plastic tab on the inside. Now, I was working with this tab. Now this tab secures to this piece right here by the inside. So you can kind of lift inward and pull out, or just push the tab a little bit with this or any tool that you can stick in there without scratching your mirror. And once you pop one side out, you don't have to worry about the other side. The other side will come out. Now, on the passenger side, there's only 2 of these that you have to remove. And you do, yes, you do have to disconnect this, but it's color coordinated, so I believe the other side, the red and black one, went on the outside. On the other side, they're right side by side instead of up and down. And on the passenger side, like I said, this is the driver's side. On the passenger side, you only have 2 connectors. You don't have this third one. So you go ahead and you pop them off. I'm going to remember brown on top, brown on top, brown on top, gray on bottom. I got my video to go back. If you don't have a video, you can just write it down on a piece of paper. I'm going to put the camera down so I can disconnect these. 1 second here. Let's put the camera down. Okay, I apologize. Oops, sorry about that. Okay. Now, I apologize for what I said earlier. I was going by what the passenger side would. Again, the passenger side only had 2 of these type of connectors, and they were side by side. On this side, you actually only have to remove that plug, this plug right here, this plug, which goes into here, and then this cable, brown on top, that goes here, and that's it. This comes off. I'm sorry, I didn't notice that this gray wire just came from this plug, which goes here. All right, so this is the mirror. You remove this. That's done. Now don't be scared. The next step, you might think you're going to break your mirror, but you actually don't. Basically, you want to pull towards the car inward like this. Won't break. Don't worry. Now, this has a spring-loaded thing, so if you have a partner to help you, it's great. This spring makes this come back. Now, inside here, this is where I couldn't really find any good information online, so I decided to do this video. You're gonna see a metal, I can't really show it to you now because I have this on here, but there's a metal clip right like in here. When you push this way, it's silver in color, and what you want to do is you want to push it towards, you want to go this way towards the mirror. Then you'll be able to just slide this out. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Won't be able to record it. Or maybe. I don't know how good it's going to come out. But there's a little metal tab in here. You get it, and you push it inward. You hear a little pop. Once you hear that little pop, now it's loose. Now this just comes out. Nothing else holds it. Okay. Now this is the metal tab. This metal tab now, let me see. Yeah, it's kind of hard even to see even when I put it like this. But you can't miss it. It's a metal tab. Push it inward. When I mean inward, you're going to go in. By the inside here, you're going to push that tab inward. You're going to hear the snap, and pff, now this comes out. Now you're in business. Now, next step is those 2 little screws. Okay? You want to unscrew those screws. Those 2 gold screws. You want to go ahead and loosen them. Now, when you tighten them, be careful. You could strip them. You could strip them. So I'm going to go ahead and loosen them. Put the camera down. I'm going to loosen them. Maybe you can see the video, I'm not sure. But when you tighten them, you definitely want to take your time. You don't want to strip them because these screws just go into plastic. On the passenger side one, I did over tighten one. I caused the plastic base where these screws go into to crack. Not a big deal if it happens to you. All you have to do is drop a couple drops of, I cracked here. Let me see, am I coming out on the camera? It's hard to see, but this little thing is where the screw goes into. I cracked it. It's like a plastic nut that's in the actual part of the mirror. You cannot replace this. So I cracked it. All I had to do was I dropped a couple drops of super glue in here. About 3 drops of super glue in here. I also went ahead and then put the light on and tightened the screw while the super glue was still wet. And as soon as I screwed it in, it locked down tight. You gotta be a little quick when you do that. Now when you put in your new mirror, you're gonna notice it's gonna be a little tight. That's because the new mirror, this foam, the little foam gasket, keeps it dry inside, is brand new. So you gotta use a little bit of power, a little bit of force to jam it back in there. There's a tab. There's a tab right here. You see there's a little plastic tab. You want to make sure that the light comes on the inside. That's what keeps it in place. Helps it stay in place, actually. Besides the screws. So you want to push on this side as far as you can to get this as close to this way as you can. It's like a cushion almost. And you push. You gotta keep pushing until you see that it fits in there, and you see the screws hole align. Once the screw holes align, go ahead and put your screws back in. And as I said, you want to tighten them down gently. You don't. I actually go a little bit with one, and then I'll come back and I'll finish that job. I go to the second one. I cramp this one down. A good idea is to also push down with your hand or your thumb. You push it down so you don't let the screw do the tightening. Your hands are doing the tightening, and then you just, there we go. Nice, just snug. Just once it gets down there, you don't have to, don't crank it down because you will strip it. It's not meant to be real tight, I don't believe. Boom, that's it. Done. Now, that's it. Now I will tell you this, what I did find is my lights have been alternating. I would get the error message on the display screen for the left light one day. I would get the error message, it would go away on the left, then the right one. Oh, and there's no plug. This is a self plug. See it there? It's built into the light and goes right into this piece right here. Right into that piece right there. And I almost forgot. I went ahead and I sprayed a little WD-40 in here. I spray a little WD-40 in there just in case. And this just goes right in. Make sure your cables are by the inside here. I'm gonna put these cables on the inside. I'm gonna close it down on it. Make sure they're by the inside. You don't have to work that clip again. Okay. Make sure they're by the inside. And this basically just align it, and you'll hear a click. Or see, I'll make sure. Oh, there you go. Let me get this out of here. Come on now. It's kind of hard to film it. Pretty much doing this with one hand. The other side I did fairly quickly, but of course I have 2 hands. So you want to align it. Once you align it, you go ahead and you push in. Okay, what's going on here? You want to push in till you hear it click. And okay, I don't have it aligned. go. Okay. Don't know why that's happening. Like I said, maybe it's because I'm using... Let me see, maybe this clip, I have it stuck in there. Looks like it is stuck. Let me see here. Alright. It doesn't appear to be stuck. It should lock in there. Oh, I see. Okay, it's not coming back. I guess it's not coming back. So the clip is not coming back out as I push it in. It did on the other side. That's not a problem. So you just come in here and now you do the opposite. Instead of pushing the clip inward, you push the clip outward. Again, it's... There we go. Okay. Okay. Alright. And that's it. Connect here. Connect here. Align the mirrors. You have these aligning ports right here. You have an aligning port on the top. You have an aligning port on the bottom. It's a straight line. Once you align that mirror there, you pop it in. Make your connections, of course. Pop it in. And you redo the spring that's by the top, which I will do now. Give me a second. Okay, actually, I was a little delayed because the mirror hadn't locked. If you come underneath the spring, you'll see the silver tab. That once you have it apart, you'll see the silver tab I'm talking about. That, like I said, to remove it, you want to push it towards the mirror. If it doesn't lock on you when you're trying to close the mirror, you can just use a pointer, like I did, and push that metal tab out. You'll hear it click, and it will lock. Now I'm going to make my connections to the mirror. Brown on top. Actually, I'm going to do the plug first. You always want to go in reverse order. Plug on top. Plug's on. Plug's on. Brown on top, plug on. Now these metal tabs, this tab here and this tab here, these two tabs is how this guides. What I did was I put some grease on both of these so it makes it slide easier. Now, like I said, all this is now is an alignment. I'm going to align it at the bottom with that straight mark. Make sure these tabs are by the inside of these plastic tabs, these metal tabs, because that's how it slides. Okay. And then you're going to see the plastic tab's going to want to bite, but you got to make sure that everything that those aligning ports are aligned. If not, it won't. Now see, simple as that. Boom. Okay, now again, twist your mirror down. Twist your mirror down. You're going to see that this goes around here. You always start where it locks, boom, and then you just follow the path that you removed it from. You're gonna go underneath a tab here, and underneath another tab over here. The ring on the outside is not used, it's just free in the air. The ring on the inside is used. It goes around it looks like a plastic also stud or bolt, whatever you want to call it. Like I said, you can't be scared, you just gotta do it. Be careful, take your time, because of course all this stuff is plastic, and the plastics on the rounded mirror and on the inside are very fragile. But you don't need to pay somebody to do this. It's very self-sufficient. If you do damage anything while you're doing it, I'm not responsible. And what I was saying before is that at first my left mirror light was out and I would get the error message on the cluster. And then it started doing the right side and the left one wouldn't work. And I found that some days it would work and some days they wouldn't light up, and when it didn't light up it would tell me on the instrument cluster, but it would alternate, never both of them at the same time. I got tired of seeing that that error message, and I ordered them brand new. Now, like I said, this is a 2005. This is the first time I replaced them, so I figured, okay, I got my money's worth out of the ones that came with the car. However, once I received them, on the day that I received them, which was yesterday, they were both working. They've actually been both, the old ones were both working for about 2 days already. I already had the new ones here, so I went ahead, decided to put them in. So if you don't have the money, you could, it could be an electrical problem somewhere. I don't think so, I don't know. So I just went ahead and decided to change them anyway, because on the outside, the plastics on both of mine, this outside plastic, they were cracked, heat and weather cracked them. So I said, you know what, it was 70. I got them for 75 bucks on eBay. But go ahead and change them. 75 bucks for 9 years, not a bad deal. Well, hope you enjoyed my video. Oh, and before I forget, the reason why I did this video is there's another person out there that did a similar type video, but he only had to change his glass, and the guy was hilarious. That also inspired me to put this video on here. Okay, guys, have fun.